Abundance, abundance, and gratitude to all. Star Seeds, I want you to check this out right here.
After slavery, the white elite realized something dangerous. You can't stop black brilliance. Even stripped of land, language, and wealth, black people still rose. They saw it, and they feared it. So they did what they do best: create control. In the early 1900s, they created a secret society, the Black Boule. It was made to manage the future of black excellence before it became revolution. They called it talent, but it was always about influence. Record labels, endorsements, media. They pay us to entertain, but never to liberate. They choose who gets rich, and they decide who stays invisible. And if anyone steps out of line, they're silenced. Because there's a code, and the Black Boule stays on code. Athletes, singers, actors, influencers, they'll speak for trends, but never truth. They are in charge of the distractions and bury the revolutionaries, because the system doesn't need chains anymore, just enough comfort to keep us quiet. We stay dropping these knowledge bombs. This is the unwritten truths. Stay tuned.
Okay, here we go, Star Seeds. Now, this is what I want to say to you. Now, we understand the social status that LeBron James have, and how he every year he's donating 40 million, 60 million, sending kids to college. If he was to take half of that 40 million that he's donating, or 60 million, and say, I want to open up a school and I want to teach black people about their genetic differences, so that way we can get off the processed food that is killing us. LeBron James' private jet helicopter will mysteriously land in the side of a building or a concrete somewhere. Trust me when I tell you. And we can go from LeBron James all the way down to someone in the conscious community, or people in the conscious community with social status. If they was to say that we are going to open up a school and we want to talk about our genetic difference from these species, so that way we can separate from a species that has no biological identification to the planet. And also we want to know the psychiatrists that deem these people sane, that they can now tell us, after 400 plus years of the most brutal abuse, the genocidal acts that they have performed on us, how are they now able to tell us that we are good parents? How are they able to tell us how we should raise and guide our children, and the fact that they are medically evaluating our children and educating our children? How is they able to do that? And they will tell you that you are unfit parent if you're not doing what they want to do, and Child Protective Services will come and take your child. And it will start with one of our own people that work for Child Protective Services coming to your house to take your child. How does that make any sense? If any of us with that social status was to do that got some money, that was to start to put a microscope on that right there, you will see all of a sudden they will turn up dead. And guess what? I would rather turn up dead than be walking around like the Walking Dead. I'll tell you that right there. I would rather turn up dead than be having me and my race walking around like the Walking Dead. And I know the absolute 100% truth. That is outrageous, my people. That's why you don't see it. You hear people that say we'll open up a school, we'll open up programs, but every time we open up something, it's under the guidelines of the complex cell organism. It's never nothing that deviates away from them, that tells us the difference between us and them. Like there is a difference between a lion and a hyena, an elephant and a zebra. There is a complete difference between a shark and a dolphin. And we must understand that genetically, anatomically. So therefore we move differently than them. I appreciate you all. Abundance and gratitude. Star Seeds, remember one thing: your voice will be heard. Everything that's taking place right now is in regards to you. I told you that show, that 3-part series, Childhood Ends, and the children was being raptured at the end. They was going up in the sky. They only used white children because they didn't want to fuck up the psyche of these complex cell organisms. They only used the complex cell organism because they didn't want to mess up the psyche of them. But that was really about you. See, it's in reverse. It was really about you. They all are going to, the intensity of the sun is going to be so strong that they're not going to want to come out underneath the sun, because it's going to instantaneously burn their skin, and they're going back into the caves. Abundance and gratitude to you all. Tell me I'm lying.